Hello everyone. Welcome to this video. Today we're going to be talking about how we can use different operators in Excel specifically to be able to analyze our data or to get specific answers from a whole data set. So we're going to be working with this data set right here, which is going to show us a whole list of flowers. Now these flowers have a flower type and they have a growth height. All right. So the very first thing that we want to do is use an if. What are we going to use the if for? To give our flowers a grade. Now here's our grading scale. Our grading scale is A, B, or C. Okay, we can get a grade of A, a grade of B, or a grade of C. So let's get started, okay? We're going to start our if statement. Remember, when we start our formula, we always start with an equal sign, and we're going to start our if statement. Now remember that right here, Excel is already going to tell you what you have to put in, okay? So the very first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to start from the top. So for the A. So what I want this to do is if the height is greater than or equal to 38, then now it puts in bold the value of true. I already put a comma, so it automatically goes to the next one. Value of true, what I wanted to say, I wanted to write the letter A. Okay? After writing the letter A, what value am I going to put in false? Now, here's where it gets a little bit tricky. I don't know just yet whether it is going to be in B or in C. Therefore, I have to put another if statement. Okay, so if it's not A, let's see which one it is, whether it is B or C. Okay, so I am going to go to the bottom to see why, because it only is, let's say, like one criteria. It's only less than 30. Okay, in B, it has to be between 30 and 37. So it has to be greater than 30, but less than 37. So that makes it a little bit more complex. Therefore, I'm going to stay with C. So if this right here is less than 30, then I'm going to write C. And if false, if it's not greater than or equal to 38 and it's not less than 30, then it's obviously going to be in between. It's going to be a B. Okay? All right. And I'm going to press enter. Okay? This is correct. 42 is an A. And remember, you can double click right here to fill out the rest, or you can just drag it down. Okay? The next one we're going to do is the and. Now, the and is when you want two criteria to happen at the same time. So in this case, the two criteria is that our flower type is a sunflower and it has an A. So the first logical, right here where it says logical, remember it always has to be like the whole thing. So this equal to this, or this greater than this, okay? Which is a little bit different to the COUNTIF that we've done in other cases, okay? So your type is equal to the word sunflower. Now be careful that you write the word exactly the same as it is written in the positive cases, okay? And this is equal to an A. Then we're gonna get a true, okay? This is true, that's very good, okay? And I'm gonna double click to put all of them. Now the rest are gonna be false, obviously because the rest are not sunflowers. So by definition, it not being a sunflower, it's automatically a false, even if they have an A, like this case. Okay? All right. Next one is the or. In the or, we want to know which ones are high performance. High performance are A's or B's. Okay? Therefore, the two criteria that I have is A, the performance grade equal to A, or the performance grade equal to B. So A equal, or the grade equal to A, or the grade equal to B. Okay, this is an A, so that's correct. Now let's check right here. All the ones that say C should say false. That is correct. All right. And last one from this table right here is the not. Now, if we want the low performance, then it is not going to be A or B. Okay? Therefore, in this case, I have two criteria. So when I have two criteria, remember you use an and. Okay? We don't want it to be this equal to A, and we don't want it to be this equal to B. Okay? So this right here should come out completely opposite from what we had in the OR. Why? Because we're talking about high performance or low performance. Okay? There's no middle performance. All right? Now we're going to do the high performance part. So we're going to count for each one of our flowers, how many flowers are high performance, okay? So in this case, we have two different criteria. We want it to be true in the high performance column, but we also want the flower type to correspond to the one that we're talking about. Therefore, we're gonna do count ifs, okay? So for the first criteria, I'm gonna do this range right here. And I'm going to add the criteria. Now, right here, be careful with the criteria. It's just the criteria, not the whole logical expression. So not this equal to this. I just want what it's equal to. Okay, so in this case, true. Okay, and the next one is right here. In this range, I want to know how many are the same as this cell right here, which says sunflower. Okay, we have 10. We have 10 that are both sunflowers and high performance. Okay? Now, if I drag this down, be careful, because right here, we're going to have a tiny mistake. We are going to be moving our data downward, and we don't want that. Why does it move downward? Because when I drag down, the formula also drags down. Okay? So what we can do to fix that is money signs. Money sign, oh, there you go. Money sign, before and after each letter. Before, after. Before, after. Okay? So now when I drag it down, this stays the same. Okay? So the range is going to stay the same. Right? Same for this, same for this, and same for this. Okay? So now we have the count of how many flowers, how many of each type of flower are high performance, and we also have information here that can help us out to analyze. So I hope this video helped, and I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day.